The quiet erosion of respect. Have you ever noticed how respect doesn't vanish overnight? It slips away quietly, slowly, almost without warning. You might be surprised to learn that the people around you notice more than you think. Small gestures, tiny habits, repeated over time. They leave impressions that linger long after words are forgotten. Consider this. A person can speak well, dress well, even act charming. And yet, somehow, they fail to command the respect they deserve. Why? It often isn't one dramatic failure. It's the accumulation of small, unnoticed choices. Every day, in subtle ways, we either build our reputation or we erode it. I've observed it in life, friends, colleagues, even myself. Moments when I thought no one was watching, when I thought a careless remark or a broken promise was insignificant, I was slowly teaching people what to expect from me. And the lesson isn't abstract, it's simple. Respect is not given, it's earned, daily. Let's start with the first habit that silently corrodes it: gossip. It feels harmless at first. A casual remark about someone else. A story shared around the hallway, around the table, in the quiet of a cafe. It seems innocent, even bonding. But there's a hidden cost. Whenever we speak about someone behind their back, we reveal something crucial about ourselves. Not about them, about us. We reveal that we are unreliable, that we can't be trusted with what is private, that our attention is drawn to the flaws and missteps of others, rather than ideas, growth, or truth. I remember a moment in my life that taught me this painfully. A friend, quietly reserved, shared a personal confidence. At first, it felt harmless to repeat it. Just a little joke, I thought. But the moment spread. The laughter didn't feel funny anymore. Her trust in me quietly vanished. It left me with a choice: continue feeding the cycle or change. The Stoics speak of this plainly. Epictetus advised, "Do not repeat what is not yours to tell. Do not involve yourself in matters that do not concern you, because every careless word is a crack in your character." And here's the subtle part most people miss. Even if no one says anything, they notice. They notice the way you react to information, the stories you pass along. They notice who you confide in and who you betray. And they wonder quietly, if they speak about others this way, what do they say about me? Respect begins with what we choose to speak about, and, more importantly, what we choose not to speak about. The second habit is equally silent, yet equally destructive: being unreliable. We live in a world where promises are plentiful, actions are scarce. A casual "I'll be there" is easy to say, but when the moment comes, so often we fail to follow through. It isn't always malicious, it isn't always intentional. Life happens, schedules shift, excuses pile up. But each broken promise, each missed commitment leaves a quiet mark. Others start to notice patterns, not just what you say, but what you do. And slowly, your word loses value. And when your word loses value, so does your presence. I've seen it in myself. A friend meticulously planned an event. I promised to be there, but I was distracted, engrossed in something else. By the time I realized, it was too late. The warmth in her voice had cooled. The trust we shared chipped away. Seneca said, "Nothing is more valuable than the commitment of a person of integrity." A promise isn't just a set of words, it's a reflection of your character. And reliability isn't built in grand gestures, it's built in small, consistent actions. Arriving when you say you will, speaking honestly about what you can and cannot do, following through, even when it's inconvenient. When these habits, gossip, and unreliability are repeated, they quietly erode the foundation of respect. People may smile, nod, or laugh with you, but the trust, the quiet admiration, the true weight of respect, it diminishes. Small gestures, big consequences. Have you ever noticed how some people dominate a conversation without even realizing it? How the room seems to shrink around their words? Interrupting is one of those habits that quietly undermines respect. It doesn't feel like a crime. It doesn't feel like betrayal. Yet every time you speak over someone, you are telling them something. What I have to say is more important than what you are saying. I used to do this often. Meetings, dinners, even casual chats. I thought I was being engaged, dynamic, enthusiastic. But what I was really being was impatient, egocentric, clumsy in my presence. Then a mentor, calm, measured, and wise, said something I've never forgotten. You speak too much. Listen more than you speak. True understanding comes before contribution. It was a quiet reprimand, not harsh, not humiliating, but it was enough to make me pause, to reflect. The Stoics taught us the same lessons centuries ago. Epictetus reminded us, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth to listen twice as much as we speak. Interrupting is more than a social faux pas. It is a reflection of impatience, of unchecked desire to assert yourself. It signals to others that their voice is secondary. And respect, unlike popularity, notices these small cues. It notices when someone consistently listens with attention, or when they are simply waiting for their turn to talk. Practicing intentional listening changes everything. Not just how people see you, but how you see them. It's in the pauses, the attentive nods, the unhurried silence that allows others to finish. It is strength disguised as humility, a rare and magnetic presence in a world obsessed with being heard. The final habit, the one that quietly repels admiration, is excessive complaining. We all complain. The weather, the traffic, the endless list of minor irritations. It feels like relief, like venting. But when complaining becomes a reflex, when negativity defines your conversation, it does more than annoy. It drains. It distances. It sends a subtle message. I see the world as unfair, and I am powerless within it. I've lived this cycle myself. Everything became a source of dissatisfaction. Rain, heat, delays, mistakes, nothing felt right. Until someone pointed out a truth I didn't want to hear. You are always seeing what is wrong, never what is possible. Stoicism provides a quiet remedy. Control what you can, accept what you cannot. Focus on action, not lament. Complaining is harmless only when it leads to insight or change. Otherwise, it is poison. Imagine a person who complains constantly. Even if they are brilliant, even if they are kind, people start to avoid them, subtly, instinctively. The respect they might earn through talent, wisdom, or kindness slips away. Contrast that with someone who notices difficulty but remains steady. They do what they can, they accept what they cannot, and they carry themselves with composure. Others may not speak it aloud, but they notice, they feel it, and they respect it. These 4 habits, gossiping, unreliability, interrupting, and excessive complaining, are not dramatic mistakes. They are quiet erosions, repeated, unnoticed, slow. And yet, their consequences are real. Rebuilding respect from within. Now, take a moment and look inward. Notice the habits that have quietly shaped the way the world sees you. Respect is not something you demand. It is not a title, a position, or a show of force. It is earned through consistency, presence, and integrity. Gossip erodes trust. Being unreliable undermines your word. Interrupting reveals impatience. Complaining traps you in negativity. Each of these habits leaves a mark. Alone, small. Together, powerful. But here's the paradox. The same habits can be replaced just as quietly, with conscious effort, with reflection, with discipline. Start by choosing what you allow to leave your lips. Speak of ideas, solutions, growth, not failures. Keep your promises, even the small ones. Listen with attention, not just to reply. And when life brings discomfort, act where you can, accept where you cannot. Stoicism teaches us that our character is shaped in these moments, every single day. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Being worthy of respect is less about impressing others and more about aligning your actions with your principles. It is about the quiet weight of integrity, the steady rhythm of reliability, the calm presence of attentive listening, and the composed acceptance of reality. Change does not happen overnight. It begins with awareness, one choice at a time, one habit at a time. And slowly, subtly, the world notices. Not in dramatic gestures or loud applause, but in the way people trust you, the way they feel at ease around you, the quiet admiration that lingers in moments unnoticed. So, reflect. Which of these habits have shaped your presence? Which can you transform today in small, deliberate steps? Respect, in the end, is a mirror. The world reflects back what you cultivate within. Carry yourself with care, speak with purpose, act with integrity, and leave behind what no longer serves you. Because the greatest measure of respect begins with the one you hold for yourself.